15 Black celebrities who fake their own relationships. In Hollywood, love isn't just a feeling, it's a billion-dollar business strategy. From the Kardashian empire's 72-day wedding scandal to the meticulously timed power couplings of icons like Rihanna and Drake, we're peeling back the curtain on the industry's most profitable secrets. Were these world-famous romances fueled by genuine passion, or were they high-stakes showmances engineered by publicists to dominate the charts and control the narrative? At Black Excellence Legends, we expose the reality behind the glitz. Don't let the headlines fool you. Hit that subscribe button now and join the conversation. Was it true love or just a masterclass in par you decide? Amber Rose and Wiz Khalifa. The union between Amber Rose and Wiz Khalifa stands as a fascinating case study in the architecture of a hip-hop power couple. Emerging in early 2011, their romance was immediately framed as a collision of two counterculture icons, the high-fashion buzz-cut aesthetic of Rose and the laid-back Taylor Gang persona of Khalifa. While many fans viewed their connection as a genuine meeting of kindred spirits, industry skeptics often pointed to the strategic synchronization of their brands. At the time, Wiz was transitioning from a Pittsburgh underground favorite to a global superstar with hits like Black and Yellow, while Amber was looking to solidify an identity independent of her previous association with Kanye West. Their marriage in 2013 and the subsequent birth of their son Sebastian provided a narrative of stability that humanized their edgy public personas. From a marketing perspective, the relationship was gold. It allowed them to dominate red carpets as a unified front, blending high-end glamour with street authenticity. However, the fake or strategic speculation intensified following their abrupt divorce filing in 2014, cited as irreconcilable differences amidst rumors of infidelity. Critics argued that the rapid trajectory from a televised fairy tale to a legal battle suggested the bond may have been reinforced by the mutual desire to maintain a specific lifestyle and media relevance. Despite the cynicism, the pair's post-divorce behavior offered a rare twist. Instead of the typical acrimonious Hollywood fallout, they moved toward a highly publicized modern co-parenting model. This amicable transition led some to believe the original romantic spark might have been overstated for the cameras, evolving instead into a platonic business partnership designed to protect their shared interests and family legacy. Ultimately, whether driven by deep affection or calculated branding, their time together successfully elevated both of their profiles to permanent fixtures in the cultural zeitgeist. Khloe Kardashian and French Montana. The 2014 entanglement between Khloe Kardashian and French Montana emerged during a pivotal moment of crisis for the Kardashian brand. Khloe was navigating the fallout of her high-profile separation from Lamar Odom, a marriage that had been a central, emotionally taxing pillar of keeping up with the Kardashians. As Odom's personal struggles dominated headlines, the introduction of French Montana, a charismatic figure in the hip-hop scene, functioned as a vital rebound script. Industry insiders observed that this pairing served a dual purpose. It distanced Khloe from the victim narrative of her previous marriage and injected a fresh, edgy energy into her public image. For French, the association granted him unprecedented access to the mainstream Kardashian orbit, significantly amplifying his visibility beyond the rap community. Critics often pointed to the convenience of their timeline. Their romance flourished just as new seasons of the family's reality show were in production, providing a steady stream of "will she find love again" subplots. Skeptics argued that the relationship was a textbook showmance, engineered to maintain Khloe's relevance during a transition period. Unlike her marriage to Odom, which was characterized by heavy emotional stakes, the connection with Montana felt lighter and more performative, frequently documented through lavish birthday gifts, private jet selfies, and club appearances. The lack of long-term commitment and the relatively amicable split after less than a year only fueled theories that the union was a temporary professional alliance designed to pivot Khloe's brand towards strength and independence. However, the authenticity of their bond remains a topic of debate because of their enduring post-split friendship. Montana has frequently stated in interviews that their connection was built on a special kind of energy, suggesting that while the relationship may have been strategically advantageous for their respective businesses, a genuine rapport existed beneath the PR surface. Whether it was a calculated distraction or a sincere attempt at moving on the Khloe and French era remains a defining example of how celebrity romances can be leveraged to shift cultural discourse and reset a star's personal trajectory. Nicki Minaj and Safaree Samuels. The enduring partnership between Nicki Minaj and Safaree Samuels represents a unique evolution from subterranean struggle to global domination. Unlike many celebrity showmances that are ignited by publicists, this duo predated the fame originating in the early 2000s during the gritty trenches of the New York mixtape circuit. For years, Safaree occupied a shadowy multi-hyphenate role, acting as Minaj's hype man, assistant, and silent creative consultant. However, the speculation of a fake or transactional dynamic didn't peak during their union, but rather during their explosive 2014 dissolution. Once the curtain was pulled back, the public was forced to reconcile the image of Minaj as a self-made solo titan with Safaree's claims that he was a primary architect of her brand and lyricism. The controversy surrounding their authenticity stems from the drastic shift in their public narrative post-breakup. While together, the couple maintained an intense level of privacy, rarely confirming their romantic status even as they traveled the world together. When the relationship imploded, Safaree's transition into a reality TV star on Love and Hip Hop reframed their entire history through a cynical lens. Critics argued that Safaree began faking a narrative of victimhood to capitalize on Minaj's monumental success. His public assertions regarding ghostwriting credits for her hit albums created a seismic rift in the industry, leading many to question if the relationship had devolved into a business arrangement long before the official split. Furthermore, the performative aspect of their breakup became a spectacle of its own. The subsequent social media wars and lyrical barbs felt to some observers like a calculated strategy to maintain engagement during Minaj's The Pink Print era. While Safaree's detractors labeled him a clout chaser, leveraging a past romance for a paycheck, his supporters saw a man fighting for credit in a relationship where the power dynamic had become hopelessly skewed by a billion-dollar brand. Ultimately, the Minaj-Samuels era serves as a cautionary tale of how the line between a private partnership and a professional empire can become so blurred that the truth is buried beneath layers of litigation and PR spin. Karrueche, Tran, and Chris Brown. The entanglement between Karrueche, Tran, and Chris Brown, which began in 2011, was perpetually overshadowed by the ghost of Brown's past, specifically his violent history with Rihanna. From its inception, the relationship was viewed through a cynical lens, with many speculators suggesting that Tran was strategically positioned as a stabilizing force to rehabilitate Brown's fractured public image. Critics argued that the union functioned as a PR shield. By being seen with a loyal, soft-spoken partner, Brown could project a narrative of growth and redemption. However, the authenticity of this bond was constantly undermined by a dizzying cycle of public breakups, social media outbursts, and a recurring love triangle involving his ex-girlfriend, which kept the trio firmly entrenched in the tabloid headlines for years. The fake, or performative, accusations intensified due to the sheer frequency of their digital warfare. Their private grievances were rarely private, often playing out in real time on Instagram and Twitter. To some observers, this felt less like a functional romance and more like a manufactured drama designed to maintain engagement and clickability. The suspicion that the relationship was fueled by a mutual desire for relevance grew as Tran's own professional profile rose. Starting as a relatively unknown stylist, she transitioned into a high-profile model and actress, with skeptics suggesting that the Chris Brown association was a calculated launchpad for her career. Ultimately, the narrative reached a definitive non-performative end in 2015 when it was revealed that Brown had fathered a child with another woman while still with Tran. The subsequent legal fallout, including a 5-year restraining order granted to Tran against Brown, stripped away the showman's facade to reveal a deeply volatile reality. While the public may have questioned the strategic benefits of their constant drama, the grim legal conclusion suggested that if there was any faking involved, it was the attempt to portray a destructive dynamic as a sustainable romance. The Karrueche-Kris era remains a cautionary tale about the high cost of living out a private crisis on a global stage. Mena and Bow Wow. The romantic alignment between Mena and Bow Wow in 2014 caught the entertainment world off guard, primarily because of its lightning-fast progression. Their story began on the set of BET's 106 in Park, which Bow Wow was hosting at the time. Within 6 months of their public debut, the pair announced an engagement, a move that many industry insiders viewed as a strategic maneuver to revitalize their respective careers. At the time, Bow Wow was attempting to pivot from a child star to a serious media personality, while Mena was a polarizing fixture on Love and Hip Hop New York. Critics argued that the union was a transactional romance, designed to provide a fresh, high-stakes storyline for reality TV cameras, while keeping both names trending on social media. The skepticism surrounding their authenticity was fueled by the performative nature of their public displays. Every milestone, from the diamond ring to the lavish vacations, was meticulously documented and broadcasted to their followers. To some, it felt less like a genuine commitment and more like a curated brand campaign aimed at securing a spin-off series. The fake narrative gained significant traction when their relationship became a central plot point on Love and Hip Hop. The intense, often explosive drama captured on film led viewers to wonder if the conflict was manufactured or exaggerated to boost television ratings and guarantee their contract renewals for future seasons. Ultimately, the engagement collapsed under the weight of public scrutiny and internal volatility. Their 2015 split was just as loud as their union, marked by bitter social media exchanges and accusations of infidelity. While some believe there was a core of real attraction, the overwhelming consensus among critics is that the relationship was heavily incentivized by professional gain. The Bow Wow and Erica era remains a prime example of how the lines between personal life and storyline become dangerously blurred in the reality TV era, where a diamond ring can often double as a contract for more airtime. Amber Rose and Kanye West. The alliance between Kanye West and Amber Rose was a seismic event in the intersection of hip-hop and high fashion. Emerging shortly after the passing of West's mother and during his experimental 808s and Heartbreak era, the relationship appeared meticulously designed to shock the status quo. Amber Rose, with her striking, shaved head and fearless sartorial choices, served as the ultimate muse for West's burgeoning fashion ambitions. Critics and industry insiders often speculated that the relationship was a performance piece, a calculated effort to pivot West's image from a rapper to a global avant-garde tastemaker. Together, they navigated Paris Fashion Week and red carpets in coordinated, provocative outfits that felt more like a curated brand campaign than a spontaneous romance. The suspicion that the union was partially strategic stems from the mutual elevation of their profiles. For West, Rose was a visual extension of his artistic evolution, a bold, living sculpture that validated his eye for unconventional beauty. For Rose, the association provided an immediate, unprecedented launchpad from an anonymous model and dancer to an international icon. Skeptics argued that the relationship was a mutually beneficial apprenticeship, where West polished Rose's public persona while she provided the edgy, rebel, cool aesthetic he needed to transition into the fashion elite. The fake narrative was further fueled by the clinical precision of their public appearances. They were rarely seen in casual, unscripted moments. Instead, every sighting felt like a professional photo shoot. Even their eventual split in 2010 felt like the conclusion of an artistic season. While Rose later alluded to the emotional intensity of their time together, the enduring legacy of the Kanye and Amber era remains one of strategic iconography. It demonstrated how a celebrity pairing could be leveraged not just for tabloid fodder, but as a sophisticated tool for aesthetic disruption and brand repositioning on a global scale. Kim Kardashian and Reggie Bush. The pairing of Kim Kardashian and Reggie Bush was a masterclass in brand cross-pollination, merging the world of elite professional sports with the nascent empire of reality television. Emerging just as Kim was transitioning from a socialite to a household name, the relationship provided a high-stakes narrative that grounded the early seasons of her family's show. While many fans rooted for the Heisman winner and the starlet, industry skeptics frequently questioned the authenticity of the timing. Critics noted that major milestones, arguments, and discussions about their future seemed to align too perfectly with the filming schedules and premiere dates of KUWTK. This led to the production-led romance theory, suggesting that the relationship was at least partially incentivized by e-network producers to ensure compelling content for a growing audience. Speculation regarding a strategic alliance intensified because of the mutual benefits for their respective careers. For Kim, being with an NFL superstar provided a level of mainstream athletic legitimacy and all-American appeal that balanced her controversial rise to fame. For Reggie, the association with the Kardashian juggernaut significantly amplified his off-field visibility, making him a fixture in tabloids beyond the sports section. The fake narrative was further fueled by the clinical timing of their 2010 breakup. The split occurred right as a new season was entering production, providing an immediate ready-made storyline of heartbreak and moving on that drove ratings to new heights. Despite the rumors of a manufactured bond, the relationship is often remembered with a hint of nostalgia. Unlike later showmances that felt purely transactional, the 3-year duration suggested a core of genuine rapport. However, the legacy of Kim and Reggie remains the first definitive proof that a private relationship could be effectively weaponized as a commercial asset. It proved that a breakup wasn't just a personal tragedy, it was a season finale. Kylie Jenner and Tyga. The alliance between Kylie Jenner and Tyga was a logistical nightmare for publicists long before it was a public romance. Speculation regarding their friendship began when Kylie was merely 16 and Tyga was 24, creating a PR minefield regarding the legal age of consent in California. Industry insiders frequently argued that the relationship's early stage was faked as a platonic mentorship to avoid legal repercussions and public backlash. The couple, alongside the Jenner communications team, maintained a rigid narrative of just friends for over a year, a claim that felt increasingly performative as they were spotted traveling the globe together. Critics pointed to this era as a masterclass in narrative stalling, where the truth was suppressed until Kylie reached the marketable age of 18. Beyond the age gap, the fake narrative extended to the strategic benefits for Tyga's stagnant music career. As his chart presence waned, his association with the world's most influential teenager granted him a perpetual spotlight. Skeptics argued that the relationship was a clout-based transaction. Tyga provided Kylie with street credibility and an edgy hip-hop adjacent persona during her formative branding years, while Kylie provided Tyga with access to a billion-dollar media machine. The constant display of extravagant gifts, most notably a $320,000 Ferrari for her 18th birthday, felt to many like a staged spectacle designed to dominate social media algorithms and project a lifestyle of unattainable luxury. The eventual dissolution of the relationship in 2017 felt as calculated as its beginning. As Kylie transitioned into a billionaire beauty mogul, the Tyga era was swiftly archived to make room for a more mature brand image. While their chemistry may have been real, the overwhelming consensus is that the relationship was a highly orchestrated PR exercise used to navigate a scandalous timeline and maximize digital engagement. It remains a definitive example of how Hollywood power dynamics can reshape a controversial reality into a profitable, albeit questionable, public narrative. Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. The union of Michael B. Jordan, Hollywood's quintessential leading man, and Lori Harvey, the it girl of social media, felt like a merger between two elite corporate entities. From the moment they went Instagram official in late 2020, their narrative was told through a series of cinematic, high-fashion photographs that looked more like a Vogue editorial than a private romance. Critics and brand experts often suggested that the relationship was a curated partnership designed to soften Jordan's private image while elevating Harvey's status as a premier lifestyle influencer. Every public sighting, from their lavish Caribbean vacations to their debut at the Vanity Fair Oscar party, felt professionally lit and strategically captioned to dominate social media algorithms. The suspicion that their bond was a showmance intensified because of its high-gloss, low-friction appearance. In an era where celebrity drama drives clicks, their relationship was suspiciously perfect, a fairy tale, devoid of the typical tabloid leaks or public arguments. Industry skeptics argued that the relationship functioned as a sophisticated PR vehicle. For Jordan, it projected a settled romantic leading man persona during the rollout of major films like Journal for Jordan. For Harvey, it solidified her untouchable brand in the dating world. The clinical precision of their eventual split in 2022 only fueled the fake narrative. When the breakup occurred, it was handled with the efficiency of a corporate dissolution, immediate removal of all photos from their respective feeds, followed by brief sanitized statements from sources close to them. While those close to the couple insisted the feelings were genuine, the legacy of the MBJ and Lori era remains a masterclass in modern celebrity image management. It proved that a relationship could be utilized as a high-value digital asset where every kiss and sunset was a calculated contribution to a larger-than-life public brand. Whether it was true love or a high-end PR strategy, it remains one of the most visually stunning chapters in recent Hollywood history. Cassie and Diddy. The alliance between music mogul Sean Diddy Combs and singer-model Cassie Ventura was a fixture of the industry for over 10 years, yet it remained perpetually shrouded in ambiguity. Emerging shortly after Cassie's breakout success with Mena and Bow Wow, the relationship was initially framed as a professional mentorship. However, as they became inseparable at global events, industry skeptics began to view the union through a cynical lens. Critics argued that the relationship was a strategic partnership designed to bolster both of their brands. Cassie gained the protection and prestige of the bad boy empire, while Diddy maintained his image as a desirable, perpetually youthful bachelor with a stunning, loyal partner by his side. The fake speculation was fueled by Diddy's persistent refusal to publicly commit to marriage, leading many to wonder if the bond was a lifestyle arrangement rather than a traditional romance. The suspicion that the relationship was a curated convenience intensified because of the massive power imbalance. As Diddy's empire grew, Cassie's musical output slowed, leading to theories that her public role was primarily to serve as an aesthetic accessory to his billionaire lifestyle. The relationship felt performative in its silence. By rarely confirming their status, they created a mysterious allure that kept them in the headlines without the scrutiny of a typical celebrity couple. Skeptics pointed to their frequent breaks and reconciliations as calculated moves to reset the narrative whenever public interest waned. However, the showman's facade was shattered in the years following their 2018 split. When Cassie filed a landmark lawsuit in 2023, she exposed a reality of coercion and control that stood in stark contrast to the glamorous, chilled-out image they had projected for a decade. The revelation suggested that the fake element wasn't the love, but the portrayal of a healthy voluntary partnership. Ultimately, the Diddy and Cassie era serves as a dark reminder that what the public perceives as a strategic or fake celebrity arrangement can sometimes be a carefully maintained mask for a deeply private crisis. Kim Kardashian and Kris Humphries. The union of Kim Kardashian and NBA player Kris Humphries was less of a romantic milestone and more of a global media event. Their wedding, a multi-million-dollar extravaganza, was televised as a two-part special titled Kim's Fairy Tale Wedding, a Kardashian event, drawing a staggering 10.5 million viewers. Industry critics and skeptics immediately labeled the marriage faked, arguing that it was a meticulously choreographed production designed to revitalize the Keeping Up with the Kardashians franchise. The financial implications were massive. Reports suggested the couple earned millions from selling photo rights and securing corporate sponsorships, leading to the theory that the entire romance was a transactional stunt. The clinical efficiency with which the divorce was filed just weeks after the special aired only solidified the public perception that the bond was a scripted plot point rather than a sincere union. The fake narrative gained legal weight during the subsequent divorce proceedings. Humphries himself sought an annulment based on fraud, claiming he was recruited into a marriage that Kim never intended to maintain. Skeptics pointed to the rigid, almost theatrical nature of their televised arguments, suggesting they were manufactured conflict, intended to drive the show's narrative toward a tragic conclusion. The relationship served as a pivotal branding moment for Kim. It allowed her to play the role of the heartbroken romantic, which successfully transitioned her brand into a more mature, sympathetic era. Even years later, the 72-day time frame is cited by PR experts as a masterclass in event-based marketing, where a personal life is treated as a limited-time product launch. Ultimately, the Kardashian-Humphries era proved that in the reality TV ecosystem, a failed marriage can be more profitable than a successful one. It blurred the lines between personal vows and production contracts so thoroughly that the truth became irrelevant compared to the Nielsen ratings. Whether there was ever a genuine spark or not, The legacy of this union is its status as a cautionary tale for the industrialization of love in Hollywood. Future and Ciara. The alliance between pop R&B princess Ciara and the king of toxic trap, Future, was met with immediate intrigue due to their contrasting public personas. Emerging in early 2013, the relationship was viewed by industry insiders as a masterclass in brand diversification. For Ciara, who was seeking to revitalize her musical relevance, being paired with the hottest name in hip-hop provided a fresh, edgy credibility. For Future, the association with an established, polished star like Ciara offered a gateway into the mainstream pop stratosphere. Critics frequently argued that the relationship, which moved at lightning speed toward an engagement and the birth of their son, was faked, or at least accelerated for professional synergy. Their highly publicized collaborations, such as the single Body Party, served as perfect marketing vehicles that blurred the lines between genuine chemistry and calculated career boosting. The showmance speculation intensified following their abrupt and acrimonious split in 2014, just months after their son was born. The narrative shifted from a fairy tale romance to a bitter public feud involving allegations of infidelity and a high-profile custody battle. Skeptics pointed to the overly rosy initial portrayal of their engagement as evidence of a PR-managed facade. Critics argued that the relationship was a strategic launchpad that neither party intended to maintain long-term, suggesting that once the professional benefits, such as increased social media engagement and chart presence, had been harvested, the bond dissolved. The clinical efficiency with which both moved on hero to a wholesome marriage with Russell Wilson and Future to a legendary run of heartbreak-themed mixtapes only fueled theories that the union was a temporary professional alliance. Ultimately, the Ciara and Future era remains a definitive example of the hip-hop power couple trope used as a branding tool. While their son remains a permanent link between them, the legacy of their romance is often seen through the lens of a tactical industry merger. It proved that a relationship could effectively expand a star's reach into new demographics, even if the personal cost was a very public and volatile fallout. Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna. The alliance between Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna was born out of a tangled web of Hollywood rivalries. At the time of their debut in early 2016, Chyna's ex-fiancée Tyga was dating Rob's younger half-sister Kylie Jenner. This volatile backstory led industry skeptics to believe the relationship was faked, or at least engineered by Chyna as a calculated chess move to infiltrate and disrupt the Kardashian dynasty. Critics argued that the union was a masterclass in leverage marketing. By aligning with the reclusive Rob, Chyna secured a direct line to the family's fame, effectively monetizing a grudge. The clinical speed of their progression and engagement after 3 months and a pregnancy shortly after provided a steady stream of shock value content that kept the internet in a state of perpetual engagement. The suspicion that the relationship was a manufactured business venture gained massive credibility with the launch of their reality spin-off Rob and Chyna. Industry insiders pointed out that the couple's explosive arguments seemed conveniently timed to drive ratings and social media buzz. To many, it felt like a transactional romance, where Rob gained a reason to return to the spotlight while Chyna gained access to the most powerful PR machine in the world. The fake narrative was further solidified by the family's legal battles. The Kardashians famously testified that the relationship was toxic and destructive, suggesting the romantic facade was a hollow cover for a financial and social climbing agenda. The eventual implosion of the relationship in 2017 was as spectacular as its beginning, featuring leaked photos, restraining orders, and a $108 million lawsuit filed by Chyna against the family. This acrimonious end suggested that once the professional benefits, the TV show, and the increased brand visibility were exhausted, there was no emotional foundation left to sustain the bond. Ultimately, the Rob and Chyna era remains a dark example of reality TV enmeshment, proving that a relationship can be weaponized as a tool for vengeance and profit, leaving behind a trail of legal and personal wreckage. Meek Mill and Nicki Minaj. The union of Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill, often dubbed Omika, by fans exploded onto the scene in early 2015, just as Minaj was finalizing her high-profile separation from Safaree Samuels. From its inception, the relationship was a high-octane media spectacle characterized by aggressive public displays of affection, coordinated tour performances, and an endless stream of luxury gift-giving documented on Instagram. Critics and skeptics immediately questioned the authenticity of the timing, suggesting the relationship was a rebound showmance designed to project an image of power and dominance following Minaj's decade-long previous commitment. Industry insiders argued that the pairing was a masterclass in market saturation. By combining Minaj's massive pop rap crossover appeal with Meek's street-level credibility, they created a unified brand that dominated the cultural conversation for 2 years. The suspicion that the relationship was partially a professional alliance intensified due to the constant commercial tie-ins. Their romance was a central pillar of the Pink Print tour, and their joint singles, such as All Eyes on You, served as curated soundtracks to their public narrative. To some, the relationship felt overly performative, with critics pointing out that the constant social media validation seemed like a defensive strategy to shut down rumors of instability. The fake narrative gained significant traction during Meek's legendary feud with Drake. Skeptics argued that Minaj's public loyalty to Meek was a calculated PR move to protect her brand's integrity, even as the professional stakes became increasingly volatile. The eventual dissolution of the relationship in early 2017 was handled with clinical brevity on social media, followed by a series of subliminal diss tracks from both parties. This pivot from a perfect union to a bitter rivalry led many to conclude that the relationship was a temporary tactical merger. While the chemistry may have been palpable, the legacy of Omika remains a case study in how celebrity couples can be leveraged to maximize chart presence and media engagement, creating a narrative so loud that the truth of the actual connection becomes a secondary concern. Rihanna and Drake. The alliance between Rihanna and Drake is often cited as the most sophisticated will they won't they narrative in modern music history. Emerging shortly after Rihanna's highly publicized split from Chris Brown, the pairing provided a perfect healing counter-narrative for her brand. However, for nearly 10 years, the relationship was defined by a calculated lack of clarity. Critics frequently argued that the romance was a cyclical showmance that conveniently peaked whenever the duo had a commercial product to sell. Industry insiders noted that their public romantic moments, such as the grinding on the Anti-World Tour or the matching shark tattoos, almost always coincided with the release of massive collaborations like Work or What's My Name. To skeptics, this suggested a collaborative business arrangement where the illusion of love was used to drive billions of streams and dominate the pop culture zeitgeist. The fake speculation reached its zenith at the 2016 VMAs, where Drake delivered a cinematic declaration of love while presenting Rihanna with the Vanguard Award. While fans swooned, PR experts observed that the moment felt like a scripted climax to a years-long branding exercise. The suspicion was fueled by Rihanna's subsequent Vogue interview, where she coldly stated they don't have a friendship now, but weren't enemies either, effectively dismantling the romantic myth Drake had projected. Critics argued that the relationship was a strategic power coupling that allowed both to maintain an aura of desirability and mystery without the baggage of a traditional committed union. Ultimately, the Drake and Rihanna era proved that ambiguity is the most powerful tool in celebrity branding. By never fully confirming or denying their status, they maintained a phantom relationship that was more profitable and engaging than a real one. Whether there was a genuine heartbeat beneath the music or not, the legacy of their bond remains a masterclass in how to weaponize public curiosity to build two of the most enduring empires in entertainment history. In the high-stakes theater of Hollywood, the line between a genuine heartbeat and a calculated headline is often thinner than a red carpet. From Kim Kardashian's 72-day marriage to the rhythmic ambiguity of Rihanna and Drake, these 15 icons prove that showmances can be powerful engines for wealth and cultural dominance. At Black Excellence Legends, we see how these strategic unions shift narratives and build empires, turning personal lives into global brands. But as the curtain falls, one question remains. Are these stars masters of the PR game, or have we become too cynical to recognize real love amidst the noise?